An outfit that calls itself an alternative opera company committed to reinventing the opera experience. It's called Opera in the Pines, and it's got a production coming up this weekend. With us here on 207 to talk about it are Artistic Director Sable Strout, one of the performers, Abi Levis, and another of the performers, Isaac Bray. Thank you all for coming in. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
So you're doing a production of The Crucible, Sable, which is inspired by the Arthur Miller play, which was inspired by the actual events that occurred in Salem, Massachusetts back in the 1600s. What is the twist, though, that people will see if they come to watch your production?
Yeah, so what we like to do at Opera in the Pines is we present an opera and we just turn it a little bit and present it from a different angle for the audience so that people can see the show as they've never seen it before. The theme I'm choosing to highlight in this production is the oppression of the women who lived through these trials, which is typically secondary to the main theme of John Proctor's redemption to heaven for his sins.
All right, we have two of the performers with us. Abi, you are a professional opera singer, grew up in South Portland,
Yes.
have performed from Los Angeles to Dallas to Philadelphia to Berlin. This is the first time in about, what, a decade that you've performed in Maine?
Close to 2 decades, yes. So I'm thrilled to be back, and I'm so excited to be back with Opera in the Pines. I really believe in what they're doing. It's so exciting to see this injection of creativity, not just into opera at large, but local opera in particular.
Isaac, you also teach voice at the University of Maine. This is an opportunity for you to perform. It must be fun to actually get to show your stuff in front of a live audience.
Yes, absolutely. I love teaching, but it is really nice to remember that I know how to do this as well. And I think it's a good thing for me to model for my students, and I'm just thrilled to be a part of this production.
A lot of times people get scared off by opera because it's in Italian. This is a production that's in English and actually has English subtitles, so there should be no doubt about what's being said on stage, correct?
Exactly, and it's also a matter of accessibility. We know that sometimes people can be hard of hearing, and we just want everybody to be able to experience the story as easily as possible.
Performing in an opera is interesting because you have to both sing and act, and it calls for real skills in both areas. What do you try to convey when you're on stage performing?
Ooh, for me, the most important thing is going to be the text. And with something as iconic as Arthur Miller, you really want to bring out every word, but also make sure that you're reacting to what your colleagues are doing with you on stage. There's a lot of things we can't do just because, you know, we do have to sing. So breaking down and crying is probably not a huge option since we still have to phonate. But just trying to stay connected with the audience, feel the energy you're giving them, and interpret that into the words that you've been given.
Isaac, how important is the chemistry that you have with the other performers in opera?
It's super important. This specific production, the cast is wonderful, just very giving, very generous with their spirits and their singing, and just the commitment to the characters and the roles. I think the chemistry is extremely important, but that hasn't been a problem at all in this production just because we have such a wonderful team.
You're putting this on in an intimate venue in Standish. Obviously, what you're trying to do with much of what Opera in the Pines is all about, Sable, is get people in the door who normally don't want to go see opera, right?
Yes, you don't have to get dressed up and sit in a concert hall in the dark to experience Opera in the Pines shows. We will invite you in no matter where we're performing in the state.
All right, we're going to end with the most important part of the interview. Abi, what do you have tattooed on your inner right arm?
I have the 207 right here, like a good Maine girl. I got my Maine tattoo.
That is not a temporary tattoo.
No, this is forever.
Bless you is all I can say. Isaac, Abi, Sable, thank you so much for coming in. Really appreciate it. Again, it's Opera in the Pines presenting The Crucible in Standish. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All the information is in the link that you'll find in the 207 section of our app or website. Stay with us. We'll be back after this.